So I'm Daryn Flynn, I'm working with Nedap Security Management. My role and responsibility is for the business sector for security here in the UK. I think in the security sector right now, there is definitely a strong interest from clients to try and find things that stand out. There's a lot of pressure to get best value and to utilise technology and to be able to put it into their business and really get a hold of security. Some years ago we saw the leading trend towards IT massively influencing all of those factors to do with security. And that's when Nedap, as a really agile company, was able to develop a different design, a different architecture for security management. At the time, we were able to do that with a completely new approach and not really defined by any older technology, so we could really start afresh. And the benefit for that was that we could really be bold with the design. And at that time, we separated the physical hardware part of the system from the software part of the system. And we see that really has proven to be a very accurate forecast of what's happened with technology, because we see lots of devices today that work in exactly the same kind of way. Your mobile phone, for example, is a piece of hardware with lots of interesting things based on software. So we adopted that principle for our hardware that has built the architecture for our security management system. In terms of what it has enabled us to do, we now talk about redefining security and having a much simpler architecture to the solution. And that's because of the very, very powerful controller that we have that has its functionality based by software. The software is a much more interesting component for users and integrators because it gives adaptability, where hardware tends to be very, very fixed. The ability to change software, adapt to changes within a business, changes within security, can easily be managed by software, whereas adding and combining hardware tends to be much more driver-based issue and perhaps more aligned with the security of 20 years ago. So I think that in terms of what Nedap and Nedap Security Management has been able to do is to build a much more simple architecture based on software, a very, very powerful controller. So now we can manage more than just access control to a scalable level without any kind of limitations. We've been able to move into managing all kinds of different sensors and devices for intrusion, video management, locker management within one platform. That one platform is our controller, the security controller. And because it is one security controller, we've been able to simplify the whole architecture to one host application, one security controller, and then a very diverse range of devices and sensors beneath that.